this place really is the definition of paradise. You know, everything about it is so top-notch that it's hard to even take it in sometimes. This is a wild place, and you know, no matter how much the hand of man can change a place or influence a place, this is somewhere that nature overpowers it.
To set up a fly fishing camp like Camp Isua up here in Greenland in such a remote setting, it takes a lot of planning and a lot of time, obviously, and it takes a great team, and everything has to be done according to weather. Like, weather is king up here in Greenland, and to be going to such a remote setting just requires, the planning, and that's a huge job, a difficult one. But through great teamwork, it can be done, and that's what we managed to do this year. Team is key. You have to have a good team that can endure environments like this and work in environments like this. So luckily we picked a great team to be able to operate the way we did. We operated through different steps in order to build the camp. So step one, acquire everything you need in order to build the camp. Step two, load all the boats that needs to be loaded. Step three, sail everything down to camp. Step four, unload everything again on the shoreline at one of the most remote places in the world. Step five, carry everything up to campsite.
Kom nu. Pres. Nej. Kom nu. Brug rullerne. Jeg hjælper.
Step six, now you start building. And then all the small steps afterwards, they come after, fine-tuning everything. Once you've actually built the camp, now you have the picture of how does it look, where do we do these small adjustments and adapt. So now the camp was finally up and running, everything is in place, all the small adjustments have been made, and the first guests, they have arrived, and Now, like, we're just running a super functional, well-driven camp in the middle of nowhere. And it sits just right next to the Isua River, home to the Arctic Char.
The Arctic char is one of the most remarkable fish that we have in freshwater. They are born into the icy rivers of Greenland, where they spend the majority of their life waiting under the ice for the ice to melt. And as soon as spring hits, they venture out to the open sea, where they spend 2 months to feed. And they do this to get as strong as possible. Here they get these turquoise, bluish, silver colors that they use to camouflage themselves in the fjords of Greenland. And after these 2 months, they venture home to the river which they were born. And here they get these incredible colors that we associate with the Arctic char. These extremely bright orange bellies and dark backs. And they also develop this hook jaw, which they use to fight against each other for the spawning grounds upriver. The females, they don't get as bright and as colorful as the males, but they're extremely beautiful as well. At the end of the season, these colors fade, they turn almost pale and completely black. They then go into this hibernative state below the ice during the Greenlandic harsh winter, and then they just wait for the ice to melt again. So they're only feeding 2 months a year, which makes it one of the slowest growing salmonids in the world. These fish can be decades old. The eldest get to around 25 years old. You can only respect and admire that a fish has survived and thrived in these Arctic conditions that are so rough. And yeah, there's no bigger joy in the world than to have one of these fish in your hands.
Beautiful, man.
What?
Scientifically, we know that when the Arctic char moves upriver, it becomes completely pumped up with hormones. And by nature, it makes the fish extremely aggressive and territorial over the spawning grounds. So a lot of the time you can get away with match the hatch and natural nymphs and presentations, but streamers in aggressive colors are gonna do a lot better a lot of the days. You gotta remember, these fish are not here to feed, they're here to fight.
I'll have some of those. And some of those games. Play Cube.
Yeah.
Some football.
Thank you. So that's why
for the coffee.
one, then you found it. And then I lost one yesterday. Out of my pocket.
That's one you found.
They are handy.
You haven't had your own that much, Gustav. You haven't had your own.
At camp, we have super good facilities. We have a full functional kitchen and a chef that prepares Greenlandic inspired food. We have a sauna. We have a cold plunge bath. We have the solar panels running solely on solar energy. And we have these super comfortable tents where the guests, they live. You are super comfortable at camp, and it goes very well with this extremely tough environment that the camp is situated at. Like, imagine these huge walls. They are a height of 1,000 meters on each side, and you are just right in the middle of these. Like, the scenery you are in is so crazy, so extreme. And therefore, a comfortable camp is just what does the magic. Day-to-day life, super simple. Like, you wake up to breakfast, and after, like, the day is yours.
I really don't know if this is gonna work.
See that?
It's not the best. I like this one better.
We had some great experiences with the guests. Like, we really bonded with everyone, and that is, I think, is a great achievement in itself. Like, not just having them as your guests, but having them as your friends.
The fact that Camp Isua is a little over a 3-hour boat ride from Nuuk and then 2 hours from the closest settlement kind of displays how remote this place is. You're just going deep into this fjord, and there's just so many places to explore around here where there's just no one. That's a super unique experience, is to just be this remote and this comfortable, and to have this many fish around. It's it's a fly fisherman's dream, really.
I feel like Camp Isua has been so comfortable. It's very cozy. The tents are warm and comfortable to sleep in. I've had some of the best nights of sleep of my life, I think, out here.
Staying here in camp was also such a good experience, especially big thanks to the responsible in the kitchen, like having us fed every day when we got home.
The food has been incredible, the kitchen staff, the camp management, everything has been on point. They're super accommodating and thoughtful, and all of the food has been harvested from the land, which is really amazing. Eating all the caribou and the fish, the cod, Arctic char. It's just so incredible to just be eating what nature provides, and that's been a highlight of the experience as well.
Yeah, I'd say honestly it's remarkable that there is this level of comfort in a place like this. And the fact that Raw Arctic, with a sort of a goal of having as small a carbon footprint as possible, not leaving permanent structures on the land, things that can be set up and taken down with very little impact, is able to achieve this level of comfort and hominess is, yeah, really special.
Talking about Raw Arctic as a brand, and what it should be associated with is, of course, something cultural located, something about Greenland, because we are Inuk, we are from Kalaallit, we are from Greenland, and for us it's really about showing off where we come from. And in that way we try to integrate all perspectives of Greenlandic culture into the way we operate. So for example, when you go to Camp Isua and you eat food, yeah, it's food that we've hunted ourselves.
Ja.
We try to take care of the environment, we try to include local Inuit stories to really get people the feeling of being part of Greenland. Not only to explore this vast environment, but also to meet the unique locals. Who are the guides of Raw Arctic. And I think that's one of the most important parts of actually doing what we do. It's about giving the locals a chance to show off their country.
Here at Camp Isua, the way that the camp is run and the way that people are living and the way they share that culture with the guests, very consciously, very deliberately talking about how they're harvesting food off the landscape, how that harvesting is sustainable, how they're building the camp, running it off of solar for sustainable carbon footprint, etc. This very, very consciousness, or very, very conscious nature in reducing footprint and working with nature instead of against it. It's really inspiring to see how it's being done here.
Everyone is tough. People here have been willing to work really hard to make sure everyone's happy and having a good time. You know, everyone goes the extra mile to make sure that the guests are happy. And not only that, they're also working hard for their own happiness. You know, you see Isaac jump in the river when it's, 40 degrees Fahrenheit outside just to take a shower, and then gets out and dries himself. I'm like, dude, you're crazy. Like,
what?
Like, these people are just so tough, and they're gritty, and they're down to do anything, Every day is an adventure, and I've definitely been inspired by the adventurous nature of everyone here. Not just the Greenlandic people, but the Danish people that we've met. Everyone's tough, everyone wants to work hard and have a good time. And those are three things that go a long way when running a camp like this.
Living in Camp Isua is truly an experience of a lifetime. But we must not forget that the real story begins on the water.
The reason why people go fishing for Arctic char in Greenland is due to a mix of reasons. One thing is that we're fishing one of the last untouched ecosystems on Earth. We have beautiful environments, so remote, so far away from all civilization. That in itself is really something different. But the other thing is that there is an abundance of Arctic char out there. So many fish, healthier fish upriver to fish for. And to be able to go out and fish these with a 5 or a 6 or a 7 weight, with relatively light gear, catching fish between like 2 and 5 kilos, that is something extraordinary. And being able to go out one day and actually be able to catch a fish of a lifetime, and have a belief that in every cast you take, you will have the chance of actually hooking one of these. That is different. And one thing is to spot them, one thing is to fish from them. As soon as you catch them, as you set the hook, they are so extremely fierce fighters. Like, I've been fishing for sea trout in Denmark, but an Arctic char fresh from the sea in Greenland, nothing beats it, nothing stronger.
Oh, I'm ready. I can't wait. It's gonna be another epic day in the canyon. the fjord. I don't even know what you call this place. In the valley. Another epic day up in the valley.
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. That was so nice. Oh.
Oh no. I have to run for it. Oh, this is so crazy. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. Yeah.
Hey! We got him!
You got him! No way! Woo! Happened, man. Yes, dude. Oh, that's a hug.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Kasper, er du okay? Er du okay? Er du okay, Kasper? Godt. Den er kæmpe!
Yeah, we've had the privilege in our line of work to travel all over the place, fish for all sorts of different species of fish in all sorts of different areas of the world. I can pretty confidently say I don't know that we've ever experienced better fishing than we've experienced here. I don't know that I've ever tangled with a fish that pound for pound fights as long and as hard as the Arctic char here. Yeah, the numbers of fish are insane. I can't even really put a number on it, but certainly in the time we've been here, we must have seen somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 fish in just a few kilometers of river. And from where we come from back home, maybe there was a time hundreds of years ago where you could have an experience like that, but those days are long gone. So it's really moving, kind of, to be able to see an ecosystem in such health and abundance as you are here. And it's, really a privilege to get to experience it.
I wouldn't say it was too easy, but it was like, oh, I need a big one. So like you're trying to land them quickly, the smaller ones, and do the release as quickly as possible, and then just onto the water again.
Being a guide here at Camp Isua is probably in many ways the easiest job in the world, but the thing is catching the big one. Catching a char is not a problem, but finding that big fish, targeting it, and finding that right fly, that right presentation is a very hard job, both as a guide but also as the guest and the fisherman.
They don't come easily, they're smart, they're educated, and they put up a really good fight. So if you're looking for a challenge, this fishery offers that. If you're looking for a lot of fish and numbers of fish, this fishery offers that. It offers basically any angling experience for whatever level of angler you are.
I feel like as a first timer here, you cannot compromise on any of the gear you bring. These fish are just different. Like, you don't fight the fish fights you. And you really need to have your gear sorted, because they will bring you to a test. At least 6-7 weight rods, a good pair of breathable waders, because you go on very long heights here. And just some lines that can hold up a big fight for a long time, and for many days in a row. It's very, very important. So do not compromise on any of your gear. That's my biggest advice for coming here.
I think the fishing here is some of the best fishing I've experienced in my entire life. But it comes with a price, you have to hike to get to these fish.
I think anyone who comes here will be happy when they see a reindeer track, because that means easy hiking. Otherwise, it can be very challenging, like going through the bushes or traversing the river or jumping over the rocks to get to the location. But I mean, it's been so worth it.
Being a guide here is more than just being a guide. One thing is bringing the guests up to the pools, getting fish, catching char, but being back at the camp, being helpful with practical things, being there to be friends with our guests, more than just guest and guide. There's a whole different level to it, which I really appreciate. It's a big part of coming here and working here at Camp Isua.
To find the path, like both in terms of efficiency, getting to some of the places, but also in terms of safety. I mean, that's really where guiding sticks out here. I think the guys know their way and know how to get places and point out okay, where is the potential for a fish. So I'm super happy with that.
They'll net your fish for you, and they make you some coffee and tea on the side of the river, and bring snacks for you, and just make you all cozy, and they just full service. Love it.
Yeah, everything about our experience with the guides has been positive. I think they have been, top-notch in terms of service, and also in the fly fishing department, they've been awesome as far as netting our fish, helping us choose the right fly, all the things you would expect from a fully guided outfit, they've provided. So there's not a whole lot to say other than just it's been stellar.
What were your expectations arriving to Greenland as a fishing destination?
My expectations were wilderness and lots of fish.
I don't think any of our expectations really prepared us for what we saw when we got here and what we experienced. Not only was the Greenlandic culture incredibly warm and inviting, but the landscapes are just grand on a level that I don't think anyone's really prepared for. Just the scale of the fjords and the mountains and the rivers and even the icebergs outside of Nuuk where we got here were definitely unlike anything we'd seen before, just spectacular.
There was no way that I ever could have fully understood what Greenland was like until I came to visit. And I feel like expectation-wise, it just blew everything out of the water. You know, it's rugged and wild and so stunningly beautiful, and the people are so warm and the culture is so rich.
I think the environment here at Camp Isua is just as important as the fishing itself in terms of the guest experience, you know. I'd almost be just as happy to do it without a fly rod in my hands, just for the scenery, wildlife, the opportunity to see reindeer, white-tailed eagles soaring along the cliffsides. The waterfalls here are so spectacular. I mean, they call it the crying fjord for a reason, because it looks like the hillsides are weeping with all this fresh water. In the United States, any one of these waterfalls, they'd probably build a state or national park around, you know, and thousands of people would flock from all over the world just to view this waterfall. And yeah, you guys are so lucky that there's like 50 in this fjord, you know, just unreal.
You know, you step out of your tent in the morning and you look around and there's fog and mountains and birds, and you see caribou drinking from the river. It's just such a mind-blowing experience that sometimes you just have to take a break and just stop and take a break from what you're doing, put the rod down and just look around, because every moment out here is something to cherish and something that I'm really gonna miss when we leave here.
Just to put it into perspective, imagine we're 59,000 people living here in Greenland, and square meter wise, we're 1/3 of the United States. So we have an immense square meter per person up here. And this basically means that we are walking and operating in one of the last untouched ecosystems on Earth. And that is truly something unique.
It feels like every time we come to a place like Greenland or like the Arctic, you leave a little piece of yourself there, and it stays in your heart in a way. And I feel like, yeah, I hope that we'll return to Greenland many times over. I feel like it feels like home in a small way. So
yeah, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We've caught some really nice fish this trip, but I'm still trying to break 70. And I think it'll be a long time before I break 70. So I think not only one trip back, but maybe many trips back are in order. You know, I think for now, my arm's sore from all the fish that I've landed and it needs a little bit of a rest, but I think in a few days when I'm back home, sitting in front of my computer, staring at a screen, I'm just gonna be dreaming about coming back here. So we'll be back for sure. It's just a matter of when.
Oh yeah! There you go. Over, baby. On the spay pole.
On the spay pole.
I would definitely come back. I have a few places I'd want to go, but I think this can be a recurring thing. And I want to beat my own record, catching the dream char.
Yeah, got it! Oh! Yeah! Let's go!
So I'd say if you have the chance and you're willing to put in the hours and the toll on the body coming here, because it's not easy, you should do it. It's really worth it, and I want to come back.
You got to come out here to experience it yourself and to experience what we're talking about, because that's the only way. Seeing it on video is something that can inspire you and make you feel a sense of being there, but you're not going to really experience it until you're actually here.
Yeah, I mean, I would recommend Raw Arctic and Camp Isua to anyone who has an interest in chasing one of the most spectacular fish in freshwater and one of the most spectacular environments on Earth. So it's a pretty easy pitch. Yeah, pretty easy sell.
Being able to pull this off with our team has just been a great achievement and something I look back on being proud of a lot. Like some of our guests told us, like, this is the best fishing experience I've ever had, and that really sticks with you, especially when this was our first season, and just, you know, where can we go from now? We can only go forward. So
I really hope people, they will really bring home like this wildlife experience. To go home and really think about sustainability, think about, I have to act differently if I want to continue experiencing these wildlife tours. I want people to go home and think about Greenlandic culture and think, that was some really nice dudes. I want to do that again. To put Greenland on the world map in a positive way. If you're up for setting your feet in completely remote, untouched areas where you could be one of the first fishermen to ever set your feet, this is the exactly right place. So come along, join us for an unforgettable wildlife experience.
Fish buckle. Ja, den är nästan rinner ut där. Jävlar, ja.